Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Mossy, aka Savage Trades, and today we're back with another trade review and recap. Last week only traded once, and wasn't really too disciplined on the, yeah, I only traded once, and it was a small red for me. And today we're back with another trade review, and today uh, actually over traded a little bit, traded SPY and AMD, and P&L comes about to 138 on the day, green, but I'm not really happy with this because I did give back some gains. And I'm gonna keep this short, so let's go ahead and break it down what I was seeing. So the reason why I had AMD on watch list was I had it for a downside on the watch list because if you guys can see here on the 4 hour and these hourly time frames here, it was making this kind of if you guys can see here, this head and shoulder here. So it would be here, uh, like here, and then here and here. So what I was watching for was this break of this beautiful this trend line here, whatever you want to call it, and this neckline here. And yeah, that's basically what happened. And I didn't really, to be honest with you, executed it in the best way possible when it comes to the entries. So let's go ahead and get to the default here. My levels are here. I was watching 160 break of 162 for a downside puts, and to be honest with you, the premiums move very fast. Like right off open, I saw like 600,000 shares being sold on the tape, and it moves so fast. Like I'm not even used to the AMD tape, but it moves so fast that I was like, damn. So I just literally chased this entry, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this should have been a red trade for me because I need to learn my lesson. Part of the reason is because I entered here, and I really want to. I mean, it's difficult to tell when you're looking at this because the way this candle opened, even though it's 1 minute, it opened very fast. Like it dropped very fast. The floor was taken out very fast, and I entered like maybe right here or right here, and I don't really like that in terms of my risk to reward because I was aiming for 160, $2 scalp, not bad, right? My stop loss would have been around 162, 30, or around there. If I had if I had a really nice entry, which would have been ideally like right here, 161.90 to 161.80s. But I entered like on the 161.65s, which I'm not really happy about because if this would have turned opposite, which it did, I would have gotten clapped. And yeah, so I believe on this trade I was up about 71 bucks total. So I trimmed here because I was like, you know what, let me take some premiums off in case this thing reverses. I just didn't really like my entry, so I was like, you know what, let me reduce my size here. And then last I believe exit here on this contract was I entered the 160 puts, yeah, 380, and yeah, I exited here at 380. Now I was watching this 160 level and I saw that this made a kind of like this weak 1 minute, what is it? What do you call it? A shooting star, or gravestone doji, whatever it is. I don't know. I saw this weak candle here, and I saw, you know what? Let me go ahead and short this again. I entered the, I believe, 160, 155 puts at 207, two of them, and this is where I made my first mistake here. Is I once again went in with two contracts instead of being green on the day already since it's a Monday and building that cushion for the week. I entered with two contracts and then I got immediately stopped out here at 186. So I deserved that. So I gave back approximately. Oh, I think I was up about 100 bucks on this trade actually. So I gave up about approximately 30, 35 bucks, almost 50 bucks maybe. Not sure. I can't do the math. Give me a second. Let's see. 207 minus 186. I mean, 21 bucks. I can't even do math apparently. But yeah, so I gave that much back. Not that bad, but still, I would have liked to not size that heavy on this contract because, yeah, just my mistake that I need to improve on. So coming to the next trade, which was on SPY. Now the reason why SPY on watch this was because we were gapping up and I saw the structure here. Let me actually move this real quick. So I saw the structure, so I was like, cool. We're still making lower lows and lower highs. So I was like, this could be a fake ass. So excuse my language. This could be a fake pump here. And basically, my sentiment was that I'm gonna be open for other scenarios as well. If we reclaim, say, 516 or so, around these levels here, my key levels were 515, 516, and 518. Ideally, I was watching 516 for the upside, so I wasn't confident taking because we're still ranging. If you guys can see, I mean, this is just heavy range from all the way from February. It's kind of disgusting to be honest with you, but it looks like we're going to be breaking it. And yeah, I left out a lot out on the table in terms of my entry and execution, but it is what it is. So if you guys can see this whole range here, it's not really the best. Yeah, it's from February. Okay, so if we go and look at the levels here that I've drawn, what I was watching was uh, 516 above for some longs to targeting 518 in case we get a squeeze or something like that. And I noticed that this volume pre-market was just very trash. Like the pump here, the news pump was the retail sales, I believe. And I was like, cool, even with the war news and everything, I was like, you know what? they're probably gonna, hit everyone's stop loss before sending it down, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened to those people that swung puts on Friday. And yeah, basically I entered the first trade here. Um, First trade here was right here, so I saw this consolidation happening here around 5:15 and pre-market. It wasn't able to go. It wasn't able to push higher, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take some puts here into two contracts of the 180, the 514 puts at 184, and then I noticed that we had this nice drop here for a second. I was like, cool, cool. This is for a second I thought this was gonna be the move here. Now, ideally, I did target here first, but my profit target was here for this double bottom here to target this. But I was like, my risk to reward was just not, that's not what I was aiming for. It's a poor risk of buying power. So I was like, okay, we gotta at least target 514 to 513 around there. And I trimmed one here, and then I got stop loss kind of exited because my entry was, I mean, it was okay, but I just didn't really like the price action here. So it was a Monday too, so I was like, you know what, let me exit. So I just waited here, and I noticed that we were still rejecting this 515 area. And then I dabbled here. This was where I should have sized up actually, but should have, could have, would have is not a strategy. And yeah, I entered here at 165. I noticed that we broke this kind of triangle, symmetrical triangle, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, you know what? I'm willing to dabble some puts again here. Stop loss is going to be above 514 around 60s. So basically the candle of this high if we keep reclaiming and chopping here. But I immediately we flushed down here to 514, and these contracts, the premiums on these were very satisfying. This is the first time I'm able to that I've caught a move like this, and I only caught literally the small piece of it. So yeah, exited immediately here because I just wanted to take profits. I wasn't really targeting anything. I was targeting 513, but I wasn't really I wasn't really too comfortable with this contract simply because uh, I don't know how if this was going to be a chop or not. So I was like, you know what? I'm already kind of like gave back on the profits. Let me secure some profits. So that's my mistake on that end. And then I entered again some same contracts here at 187. I believe it was not 187. Let me see here, 187. So I entered here 512 puts, 187 here. Entered one again, exited here. So targeted here, prematurely entered here because I just saw the volume was crazy. So and then I exited right here at the bottom. And this is where I should have called it a day here, but I overtraded. Technically, I started to overtrade after I would say this fourth trade, so fifth trade overall. Yeah, into the two contracts of the 144 510 puts, and basically trash entry. But either way, stop loss was not bad either. But I never hit above the 513 level, so that's kind of my fault here slash mistake. And yeah, basically rejected 513 again and slowly went down. Um, I stop loss exited out of both of my positions, and then I entered here again. Now this is where I started to really overtrade. Not really happy about myself because I deserve giving back a little bit of gains. And yeah, entered here 186, and then immediately got stopped out here at 166. I believe they're the same puts, 510 puts, yeah. And as you guys can see, we've been selling off major. I didn't even cash the rest of this, so yeah, that's pretty insane. But overall, I'm just glad that I caught a piece of the pie. These markets are going to be here, tomorrow and every day, and you just got to manage your risk and your execution. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for today, guys. And yeah, thank you. Catch you guys on the next one.